Your work ethic should be at such an elite level that people look at you and think that you're doing too much, when in all reality, they're the ones that are not doing enough. Your work ethic should be at such an elite level that people misunderstand what you have going on.
That clip there literally sums it up amazingly. And I can really relate to this because no matter what job I am doing, whatever task I am doing, whether I'm even being paid for it or not, I could be doing just a random service for somebody, helping somebody do something. It doesn't matter what I'm doing, but I do it overkill. I go above and beyond every single time to a degree that people are thinking I'm doing too much, so I really, really relate to this because when I'm in my own profession, my own career, my own job, I've literally been told by other people, you're not even being paid to do this stuff. You don't need to do it. Why are you doing it? So that video there just hits me so fucking good. It hits me right in the core because I relate so much to it. And so with that said, I'm going to talk about work ethic in this video, obviously. So with that said, let's get on with it. Work ethic. It's not something that you have from how often you work, but the quality of work that you put in, especially when you are in a part-time role with a very specific schedule. Because people have this misconception that if you're a part-timer not going to work every single day, that you lack work ethic. This is not the case. There are plenty of part-timers that are incredibly hard workers. In some cases, even harder workers than the full-timers, So, I'll just put it that way. Because as a part-timer, this means you are in a part-time role. In only working, say, one day or whatever amount of days you're set to work a week. And you still maintain a strong work ethic, as this is your literal scheduled days or day to work. You're showing up to work. You're being consistent. You're meeting deadlines. You're helping with team dynamics. Not only that, but you're reliable and committed to what you're doing in a way that is above average. It's a set of values rather than a set day that you work, set days that you work. It is your mind frame and it's your characteristics that define your work ethic, such as punctuality, which means arriving on time, and taking seriously the time of others, as to say, their time is just as important as yours. And this actually draws back to punctuality. Because of the fact that you take their time so seriously, you show up on time. So you're not wasting your time or their time. Being able to manage time and prioritize certain tasks over other tasks. Having a high quality of work regardless of what it is. And going above and beyond that to which the normal average person does. Having respect for the work environment, which means you also have an understanding and tolerance for others. Of course, this is under normal circumstances. Obviously, this does not mean you have to tolerate or understand outright disrespect or tyranny or anything like that. But having a simple understanding and tolerance for others and their differences and unique idiosyncrasies makes for a healthier work environment. In addition to this, having the ability to work with others, such as with teamwork in general, such as helping and working with others makes one hell of a difference. And of course, supports a healthy work environment as well, and encourages others to get their work done faster as well, leaving everyone in better moods. If you can drive productivity and do it in a way that's healthy and respectful, all because of what you put in and what you put out, and you're doing amazing, then fantastic. You're a hard worker regardless of the amount of days that you have worked. Your work ethic is a mentality. It's a set of characteristics and a mind frame. Just as you have characteristics of a personality, your personality is not defined on how many days of the week you do so and so. It's defined by how you are and how you act, and what you do when you do them. Likewise, this applies to work ethic. Work hard so you can play hard. Have the diligence of your inherent ability and do more than what you should, and you'll have a strong work ethic. This does not mean you should live at work, or be a kiss ass, or a yes man by any means. But don't hold back. Give it your all, and give it your best. Whether or not the company deserves it, that's another matter of discussion. But do it for yourself. It's a form of self-respect. Don't do it for the company or the business, but do it for yourself, because you know you are a good worker and you value that because of your work ethic. The number of days that you work is only the amount of days to produce high quality work and go above and beyond. It doesn't matter if it's 5 days or a month's work of consistent everyday working. If you're still producing the same amount of quality work than you otherwise would have in one day, then you have amazing work ethic. If you do it for a week, you have amazing work ethic. If you do it for 30 days straight, you have amazing work ethic. If it's high quality and you go above and beyond, you have good work ethic, and a strong work ethic at that. I will say, from a personal perspective as a martial artist, I can tell you that you just don't get to black belt for half-assing it, or being lazy, or not having a strong work ethic. You'll never become a black belt if you have a weak work ethic. On top of this, in the process of getting to black belt, or even most belts in general, I mean, if you really stick with martial arts, you'll be conditioned to go above and beyond. As such, you'll be helping clean up the dojo, the mats, and so on and so forth. So you're already used to going above and beyond, even though you don't have to, but it's what you're used to. And I will say, if it's difficult for you not to go above and beyond and do extra stuff, that's because of your work ethic being that strong and so good. Because it's a mentality, not some numbers on the calendar or the day of the week that you go there. It's what you do while you are there, regardless of how many times you are there or how long you are there. Because if you base it on how often he or she goes to work, it's just being judgmental and critical, because it's not how you view it. Base your judgment off the quality of work that is done, the consistency of his or her quality. Then you'll know the difference between someone who lives at work, otherwise known as a workaholic, which is a bad thing, and someone who simply has a strong work ethic. As another personal note, in addition to martial arts relations, as someone who's been on 62.2 acre farm, if you work on a farm, the same scenario, you are used to countless, thankless hours of back-breaking, laborious, hard work, and going above and beyond because you have to in most cases, and two, because you're conditioned to have a strong work ethic. Not many people can make it in the farm world and martial arts world because it's too hard. Too much work requires too much work ethic. Not to mention how physically demanding and laborious it is. As such, most people of this world can't handle the discipline and work ethic that it takes to be a martial artist, much less a worker on a farm, much less do both at once. The amount of work that is done in these two professions, careers, however you want to put it, far exceeds what most people will ever do in their entire lives as it pertains to physical, back-breaking work and in general, physicality. Yeah, sure, there's a mental and emotional aspect to it as well, but it's mainly physical. Those office people who think they have a work ethic would not survive. I'll just put it that way. So I suppose I'll just leave it at that. Until next time.